Hello and good morning. Let's take a look at the bell work here. First of all, we're in week 2-2, and today is October 24. Your homework for week 1-2 is due. Tonight is the latest. If you fail to turn it in tonight, you will have to have a parent send it to you. What is the probability formula? Well, let's talk about that. Probability of an event is equal to favorable over total. Okay, so the ratio is 4 red to 5 green. Okay, and find the probability of a red. Well, you have 4 red. So for A, it's going to be 4 over the total. If you put 4 over 5, you're going to miss it because 5 is not the total. 5 is the amount of green ones. So it's got to be 4 over 9, and then use your calculator. B, green is going to be 5 over 9, and the probability of an orange is 0. It's not going to happen. On a new sheet of paper, take a look at this. We're going to go to page 341. I want you to copy down these definitions first, and then I'm going to have some people read. Okay, here we go. Depreciation is where it loses money over time. Okay? As soon as you buy a new car and drive it off the lot, do you have an idea how much money it loses? As soon as you drive it off the lot and it's now a used. This one right here, if it appreciates, it goes up. Can you think of a car that appreciates over time? How about the Corvette? Straight line depreciation means the car loses the same amount each year. That's linear, so it's going to go down. The price decreases in a straight line. Slope is the change in y over the change in x. Okay, let's keep moving. Example 1, let's take a look at that one right now. Okay. So I want you to turn, and this one is on page 242. So page 242. Okay, so what's happening is make a graph, put time, and put value. Okay, so when you bought it, it was 0 time, brand new, and it was $27,000. They figure that this car's value goes to 0 after 12 years. So at 12 years, it goes to 0. So your line looks like this. And that is a straight line depreciation. And these are your points. Over 12 up 0, they figure the value is now 0. Okay? So maybe the insurance companies use this when they total your car. Anyway, on the next one, we're going to find the slope. So it's going to be the y's. Y minus y over x minus x. So which ones are my y's? Is it this one or is it the second one? All right, we're going to go backwards. So I'm going to say 0 minus 27,000. And then keep that same pattern, 12 minus 0. So when you do that, you get negative 27,000 right here divided by 12. So you take your calculator, and you get 2250. So this car is decreasing by $2,250, and it's decreasing because it's a negative. That's your slope. Write an equation. Do you remember the equation of a line? So put example 3. Y equals mx plus b. B is your y-intercept. Okay? So in this case, your y-intercept is right here. Okay, this is your y. Your x is flat. So it's going to be plus 27,000. Your slope is what we just found. So it's going to be y equals negative 2250 x plus that. There it is. There's your equation. Okay? So if you go 5 years, you'd multiply by 5. And somewhere up here is where it would hit. And that would be the value over there. Okay, and that's how you read that. All right, I want you to take a look at example 4, 66 months. You do it the same way, but you got to divide by 12. You have to change months to years. So 66 divided by 12 is going to give you 5.5. So that's 5.5 years. And that's how you do that. And there it is. I want you to read the next 2 examples and then work these problems right here. Make sure you check your answers in the back of the book. If you get stuck, go back to the example, try and figure it out. If you can't, we'll try to work it together. Let's turn our attention now to 7th period. Okay, so for 7th period, we're going to do the quadratic equation again. And I have the answers on the worksheet today. So this is week, make sure you label it, 2-2, and today's date is the 24th. Okay, so what you're going to do here is first, and what I would do is divide everything by 5, because 5 does go into 80. So you're going to get r squared is equal to 5 goes into 8 one time with 3 left over. 5 goes into 30 6 times, so I guess it's 16. We could technically just take the square root of both sides and get plus or minus 4. And you're done. Square root of 16 equals plus or minus 4. But to do the quadratic equation, you would set it equal to 0. So you'd say r squared plus 0r minus 16 equals 0, and then you'd have to work that out. So your a is 1, your b is 0, and your c is negative 16. So x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c, all divided by 2 times a. Well, this is 0, so get rid of that, get rid of that. This is a negative 16, or should have been. You have 2 negatives there, so you're going to get plus or minus the square root of 48. I guess that's what that is. Now, 16 times 4 is 64, divided by 2. So that's going to give you plus or minus 8 divided by 2, which gives you plus or minus 4, which is what we had earlier. Okay? So today you have a worksheet, and it's just simply the quadratic equation. If you're at home and you can't access it, use the video and just write it and put worksheet A. And you see the answers there, okay? And this is today's lesson. Okay, make sure you're paying attention, because when I give you a test, it's going to be the same stuff. All right? Have a good morning, and I'll see you guys in class.